Hey guys, how's everybody doing this evening? Uh, we are live from our fireworks shed. So you guys knows exactly what that means. I think I'm gonna turn it around and can't see very good. I've got wire or something there. I know it's Tuesday night, and I know it's auction night, and I do apologize. We're not having an auction tonight. Jeremiah had a very important college class tonight. So we're not having an auction tonight. Uh, but I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys for a minute and hope you forgive me. I think if I turn around, it won't be such a glare. That sort of bothers me. The glare. Hey, Indiana. Hope everybody's doing fine on this Tuesday night. Let me see if I can turn this around. Whoa. It won't be as much of a glare. I don't know. That may be even worse. I think that's even worse. I like it better like this. Well, we this is our big week, guys. Uh, as far as this is probably during fireworks season, uh, starting tonight through tomorrow is our biggest push. It's sort of like if you guys ever worked in tobacco and you know when it was crunch time, this is crunch time. We've got uh, around 30,000 invested in this fireworks season, a little over 30,000. So this is crunch time. So at India and myself and Jeremiah is doing all of this, and the girls are helping us. So me and her talked last night, and to be able to concentrate and try to make somewhat of a profit here at our fireworks shed, we decided to go ahead and cancel our auctions this week. Don't throw stuff at me, please. Uh, and it's not as much as me doing the auction, but India, working on invoice and shipping and everything. And actually, we need her here. While me and Jeremiah was going to pick up a load yesterday of fireworks, she outsold us. So we definitely need India here. Uh, so helping us. And like I said, that's a big investment that we make every year for about 4 or 5 weeks. And it's crunch time. And we're probably a little bit maybe behind on our numbers as far as crunching them for this year. But I'm here right now. It's not a lot of people coming in or anything. So I thought I might come on here a little bit, talk to you guys a little bit, and I'll tell you a few stories about some of our units that we bought in the past. I know a lot of you have been sort of interested in hearing about some of the storage units, some of our travels, and things like that. So we thought we might get on here tonight and talk a little bit about that. Now, if I have a customer come in, guys, of course, I'll have to jump up and sell some fireworks. But because of that, I was going to have one Tuesday and Thursday night, but I thought, uh, probably starting Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday, those 4 days. And those 4 days is where you make all your money back. You're supposed to. Rule of thumb in the past, that's what we've done is the last 4 days you make. That's where you get to a break even. We should get to a break even point, hopefully Thursday night, at least by Friday night, and then after you get to that point, because Jeremiah, he's been doing a really super great job, and he's going to pay off his college loans. uh, with he's got some college debt that he's got. He's going to work towards paying it off. He's still. I think he's got. I think he told me today it's like 24,000 in college debt, which is not bad. He's been paying it down. Uh, Newly married, got a baby coming, and he didn't want a new car. He didn't want any of that. He wanted to pay his college debt down. So he's going to make around 15,000. That's what we're trying to get to the point. I told him, I said, as long as I get my money back and you make your 15,000, that's going to be super great. Because we can reinvest in storage units, right, guys? So, but I want to tell you guys some of the, and I'm going to start. And a lot of the new people, you've never heard about the Chattanooga unit, the Chattanooga unit, and we actually bid. Now, me and Indy used to be able to go, and you would go live just like you see on TV. Indy's taking care of that, honey. No, I ate it, April. No, and Indy even got filling the box. He ain't got his sense like when we was in the mountains. But she got that took care of. She made notes of all that last week. She's been getting all that done first couple of days this week today. So she's got all that done. You got everything shipped out, Mama? You got Miss April's taffy, didn't you? Yes, she sure did, April. She just got everything out yesterday and today, April. Okay. Yeah, we are. We're buying some shelving units to go in our building. So we're going to tell you guys about the Chattanooga unit and what we do. You watched me bid one night online when we bought one down in I think it was Smyrna, Tennessee. Uh, so me and India's bidding on these 3 units in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And Chattanooga's a couple hours away, pretty good drive, and they're 20-foot deep units. One of them may have been 30. They're all indoor units. So we're bidding on these things, and I really want 2 of them. Hey, Jack, well, I really want 2 of those units. And I didn't really want the third one because the third one had these 50-gallon barrels in them, cardboard barrels, with the cardboard top. Yeah, April, sorry. Be probably next Tuesday night, honey. The UK app. But anyway, we're looking at these units, and I don't want this third unit because it's just got a bunch of these barrels in it. I don't know what's in the barrels. They could have chemicals in there that you can't get rid of. But they're in the last moment. Thank you, Draft Horse. They're in the last moment. We got the other 2 units because they ended sort of separately, staggered. And I went ahead and bid on. I told Indy, I said, "Well, we're going down there. We might as well go ahead and buy this third unit with all these barrels. Might be something good in them." And you remember later on in my story, you'll remember these barrels. So we've got them all 3, and I cannot, for the life of me, remember what we paid for them. It wasn't a ridiculous amount, was it? For all 3 of those units. Got you. So, and I'm wanting to think it was around 15 or 1600 a unit, somewhere around that amount. And so we want them. And I was sort of surprised because that's some really nice looking stuff in it. It was wrapped well. And so we get a U-Haul. And I'm thinking, did you go with me that first trip? Maybe not. Anyway, we get down to Chattanooga and we're checking out all the units. Yeah, both times. Third time we sent the guys by themselves. Right? Anyways, we got down there and we got the units paid for, and it was a different type storage unit. It was like a storefront here. Then in the back is like a big warehouse where they divided off partitions and made storage units. So we're loading them up, and I'm liking what I'm finding. First thing I figure out, this lady is a hoarder, but the good hoarder. She would go, I guess, to sales, and like if she seen Olive Olay soap on sale, she wouldn't just buy a couple bars. She would buy several packs, and she would store. And same way with clothing and purses and about everything you could think of. Some of you may even remember us selling on like dish detergent. This is the beginning, Gettysburg Rich. It's when we bought the units in Chattanooga. I got all three of them, but I didn't want the third one that had all the cardboard barrels in it. That sort of gets you caught up there, but we wound up getting it. So we're down here and we're going through this unit and finding some pretty decent stuff. I mean, some pretty cool stuff. And then all of a sudden, we start opening up some, and it's got jewelry boxes in there. But they're empty. Every ring box we open up, it's empty. Every bracelet box we open up, it's empty. Every necklace box, it's empty. Just a bunch of empty boxes. And that's the way it usually is with storage units. Okay, so we started loading everything up, and it's a really good unit. We're going to make pretty decent money, at it. So we started. And that's when we had our auction behind our house and our building behind our house, and we stored everything there too. I love you, Ruby. Be careful, y'all. So we get our first, I think, 2 U-Haul loads back, get them unloaded, and then we send, I think it might have been Sammy and Jerry and a few others to get the last load. And I'll go ahead and tell you about this last load. The last load, they're down there, and the people that lost the storage unit, had just left and tried to pay off their unit. And the manager said, "I'm sorry, but the guys done got it, done paid for it, and done got it about empty." He said, "I've tried, for 6 months to work with you guys and get you to come, and you didn't, and it's gone." So I sort of felt bad about that when they told me about that. So while they're down there, me and Indy, it's like 1 o'clock in the morning, and we're still going through the boxes because we couldn't go through all of them down there. We was getting them and getting out because of that particular area of town. We wanted out of there. So we're going through boxes, and it's cram-packed in my little small, I got about a 30-foot by 40-foot building over, and it's really small behind the house. So in the boxes were really nice stuff. So I'm moving these old ugly barrels, 50-gallon barrels, cardboard barrels with a lasp around it. I'm moving them out of my way. I want to get to these good, nice, clean-looking, moving boxes. Where I was finding a lot of good stuff. So I move this one barrel. I move it over, and I remember India sitting at a table just like this, right in front of me. And I took that lasp off, I guess that's what you call it, that hatch around that, and pulled that top off and looked, and it was just new clothes with tags. And I sort of reached down in there, and I felt a suitcase. A suitcase that would fit in a 50-gallon barrel, it was about like this. And so I pull that suitcase out, and it's super heavy. Now, remember, I'm finding all kind of jewelry boxes all over the place, but they're empty. Nothing in them. Nothing. Sort of makes you mad. So I noticed on the suitcase where the 2 zippers come together, there's a little lock. And I thought, I told Indy, I said, this is probably paperwork. It's what usually you find in suitcases. So going like this, and I can't tell, it's so full. And I take 2 little wrenches, open-end wrenches, and take to that lock, and that's how you can pop a lock real quick. I popped it off, and I started unzipping it. I could see it glittering in there. I could see gold, and I unzip it. And all those empty boxes that I've been finding, that jewelry was inside this suitcase, okay? So I start shaking, really shaking, because this is a lot of daggum jewelry. And I'm thinking, well, it's costume probably. I don't want to get my hopes up, but it looks good. I've seen enough go. It looked good, but, I didn't know what was going. How's it going, buddy? All right. Going all right. Need help anything? Let me know. Jeremiah had a class, so right here, guys, I've got a customer. I'll be back and finish that story up in a minute. And I hate to leave y'all like that hanging, but it's a really good story. So I start pulling this out, and I get a loop, and I start seeing 14 karat, 18 karat, and up to 21 karat. And some of you guys bought some of this jewelry later on in the auction. So I go in the house, and I'm going like this, and I'm screaming, and it's like 1:30 in the morning. The neighbors probably think he's out there drinking or something. No, no, no. And I'll be right back, guys. My Sheltie. Honestly, what kind of like finale waiting on not that many of them left. There's been a lot of them selling.
You're ringing those up for me. I'm gonna put my name on.
Write your name on there and get in the drawing.
Man, is that pie for sale too?
Do what?
Is that pie for sale?
Somebody brought me that pie. Sure did. Go ahead and put your 2 entries down there. Nobody know but me and my audience here.
What is it?
I said, go ahead and put your 2 more entries in there. You've been coming about every day. Right, get you 2 entries in there. Put your number and stuff. Okay.
I don't know.
It was 24, but I'm gonna make it 20 plus tax. Give you another little break.
I appreciate that.
Which would be 2120, right? Yeah. Hey, Evil Lenny, I have been here. I've been talking. You're the one that's running late. And there's your receipt, and I'll punch it in on the machine. Everybody's waiting to hear the end of the goat story. Hey, it's a really good story. And what'd you do with your cars?
Oh, right here it is.
Oh, okay. We'll get that taken care of. Just put them back down in there. You don't care. Hey, girl, how are you? We're live on there too. I got to hit charge.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
Sorry.
Got you.
I had told Jeremiah that yesterday too.
Got you. You sure can. I had a PayPal card that got to where it wouldn't even slide. You'd have to slide it and then say insert chip. Then say insert chip, then say slide it. I finally just ordered another one. There's that. And you get a print text or text print. And there you go. Let me get you a sack. We can do that right now for you, Jody Key. And they've all called us and get their name. We'll get that for you.
Thank you. We'll see you.
Hey, go ahead and look around all y'all want to, all right? Hey, when you get up here, hey, we've got some smiles here, get that one item apiece. All right, guys, I'm back. We got some customers in here taking care of it. Like I told you, we get some customers, I'll have to walk away for a minute, and then I'll get back to my story. Now, where was I at? No, you won't lose your Jed bucks. Well, at Gettysburg, since it's rigged, you might lose yours. But I'm going in the house to get her scales because we usually, buy gold items, scrap gold, stuff like that. So we've got the scales. So I'm going in. India's going through this stuff. She's shaking and she's crying. So we weigh up all this gold, and it's none of it's scrap. We're going to get an ideal, just scrap value on it. So we stop at $17,000 in scrap. And that's when gold was at. Gold, I think, was around 1050, 1100. Now that would probably be more like close to 32,000. If we had found it today instead of a couple of years ago. You were at the party. Come on, Gettysburg Ridge. Go easy on me. But you need anything? What you got, honey? Oh, okay. Just give me $2 for all of it. But India's crying, all right? And I'm just screaming. It's just like you just won the lottery. But that's not the end of the story, guys. That's not all of it. That's not all of it at all. So we count all that up. And matter of fact, some of you guys, you're probably can look at some of that right now. We said email. You can look at that right now. You bought some of that. So there was more gold though. Okay. A lot more. Right there's the bow, guys. Y'all pick y'all out a little rubber ducky or some slime. Get one item each, okay? So, and we found a lot of great items in that storage unit, all right? Just super great items. Wow. And this unit turned out to be pretty daggone good because we had a few people that were going through the stuff for us later. All right, you're welcome. I'm reading a very upsetting message. Oh well. No, I had to take care of a few customers, and I'm actually going to try to take care of a customer, explain something to her on that. I really don't know what the mix up was on that. If you're listening, you just sent me a message. I don't know all the particulars on that. I really, really don't. I don't know what happened. Uh, I think I know what happened, but I will look into it. Okay. If you're watching, and I will answer your message back to you. But now, getting back to the gold items, guys. Hey, I'm still smoke free. But anyway, we got these people going through the clothes and the boxes and balled up in a shirt sleeve, a blouse. It's another big wad of gold. Maybe you need to just quit smoking, Gettysburg Rich. You know, ours is doing great, especially since we quit smoking. We're running in the house. I don't know what is even filtering now. But it was another big wad of jewelry. So we weighed that up, and altogether it was $30,000 in scrap price at that time. None of it was scrap though. It was very beautiful jewelry. And I think nowadays, let me see, would have been like 50 some thousand with the price of gold today. Uh, in a crazy amount of hoarder items. You know, a lot of you bought like it was dish liquid, washing powder, well, not washing powder, washing liquid, perfumes. You guys remember it was just all kind of new stuff that we would sell one and just pass them out. So that was a very good unit in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Super, super great unit that we got. But the week before that, we'd got a unit in Clarksville, Tennessee, to where it was nothing but empty boxes. I mean, just empty boxes. And we had 800 or 1,000. I can't remember. I try to forget those type units. And, you know, you find those units probably once every 3 years. Not that good. That's one of my best ones. There was one before that, about 3 years before that, where it was another unit in Bowling Green, Kentucky. This actually was where people could walk around and bid on the units. It wasn't online. And there was probably 100, 150 people there that day. They was probably selling 40 or 50 units. And somebody had told me about a particular unit where a lady had moved to. Yeah, old Christy was there. Yeah, we were. She can remember the gold in the shirt sleeve and the money and all that stuff there. Michelle there, Christy and Ricky, they were there. Uh, but the one in Bowling Green, Kentucky, this was before we was just doing our in-house sales then, no online auctions. And this particular unit here, I got from the manager. They said, well, this lady, she would call and pay her bill from California about once every 6 months. He said, Jerry, it's been 3 years. I've not heard from her, so I've got to sell it. We wound up getting 2 or 3 other units that day, but this particular unit, when I saw it, this lady had used every available space in this 30-foot deep unit. I mean, she had stuff hanging from the ceiling. I mean, everything, even in the big freezer, she had it loaded down with stuff after I got in the unit. So we're bidding on this unit, okay? And I spot a combination that's on a safe. That's all I could see. And underneath the charcoal grill, I shine my light back there and I see this combination. So I figured it's a safe, okay? And me and one other person saw that. That's the other person that started bidding against me once we got up there over 1,000. And I got to 1,600 and he said he was out and done. I thought, man, I'm going to get this for 1,600. It's going to be a good day. He punches somebody. I watch him. And he tells them there's a safe in there. And 9 out of 10 times, there's nothing in the safe. Now, and I was going on by everything that was in there. So this other guy, he starts bidding, 1,700. Then I go 18 and 19, 20. And we got to 20, I think I got to $2,500, okay? And the auctioneer looks at him and says 26. And I'm already going to pull the trigger at 27. The guy says, no, I wouldn't bid. Let him have it. He can have the junk. And I get it at $2,500. So we start going through this. And I get to that safe first thing. And it's probably 3 foot tall. It's an older safe made in the 60s. It's got a metal and concrete base in the center of it. And so I'm trying to tilt this to see if I can hear anything in it. I even flip it upside down. And I couldn't hear nothing moving in it. So I thought, it's empty. And I had a friend of mine that was over at the sale, and he walked by and sort of kicked the safe, and he said, I wouldn't give you $5 for that safe right now. I said, all right, but I've got plenty of other good stuff here. I'm gonna be all right on this, because it was some really good items in that particular unit. So I call it, we're at Bowling Green, so I call a safe cracker, a locksmith, I guess you'd say. He's like, I'm closed now, but bring that safe over to my shop, leave it over the weekend, and Monday I'll get it open sometime, and then Monday you can come pick it up and I'll tell you what was in it. And I'm thinking, you're probably honest as you can be. You're probably trustworthy, but I'm not leaving a safe that I don't know what's in it in the hands of a complete stranger. Sorry, I didn't tell him all that. I said, no, that's all right. I'll try to do something else. So we loaded on the back of the very last thing on the U-Haul, the box truck we had at that time, and really good unit, guys. A lot of great stuff in it. And we get home. And I've got this on video somewhere. We get home. So I roll this big bad boy off the back of the box truck into the pavement there on our driveway. It don't budge. So starting to get dark on us. So I get, I think it was what was I using? I know I had a sledgehammer and something to knock the 2 pins out of the side of the safe. And then I had 2 crowbars, a really big tapping bar and a crowbar. And I got in between it some way, and I just kept prying till that old concrete started busting inside of that metal, and it gave me a little giveaway. And that thing popped. When it popped open, I was thinking nothing in there. First thing you see is a really old little small gun that falls out. And then there's jewelry falling out, coins falling out. And that was an exciting time. We gathered it all up off the ground, took it into the kitchen on the dining room table, and was laying it all out. Okay. And India found 1 platinum bracelet and ring, a set that she sold the next day for $2,500 to a gentleman. Actually, the gentleman that kicked the safe and said that he wouldn't give you $5 for that whole safe right then. That's the one that bought the bracelet and the ring for $2,500 the very next day. Units paid for. So we're going through all this. I find my first penny item. I know it Gettysburg Rich. We found a set of pennies, and it had the what is the DDV penny? I can't remember, the one that's worth $800 to $2,000. I sold that set of pennies to one of my good friends that he said, I got one of them, but it's got a mark on it. I'd rather have that one. But I wasn't thinking there's another penny that's worth $300 or $400 in that set. But I sold it to him for $800. Okay. Smokey, he passed away here just a few months ago. Good friend of mine. I'm glad I did that for him. But so we're looking through all this, and then I find a container, it's about like this. It's like a 10 container, I think it was. So I opened the lid on it, and all I'm seeing is like sand, okay, in this container. So I start digging in this container thinking, man, they've hid diamonds in here, okay? They've hid diamonds or rings or something down in the sand. And somebody's got the lid over here. I can't remember who it was. It's one of the kids. And it said they read it out. They said the remains of Fluffy. So I'm like, what? They said it was a cat that had been cremated, that I'm digging my hand in here. And I'm like, what? And I said, you're kidding. It was the remains of their cat in the safe. And here I'm feeling bad. Somebody's pet that had been cremated. I'm digging around looking for diamonds in it. That turned out to be a really, really Nice unit too. That was probably the first big unit that I'd found. And guys, most of the time when you buy a storage unit, it's nothing like that. Uh, I've got several different ones that I bought that turned out really good, but most of the time you're going to find common stuff. And if you do find a bunch of gold or some gold, usually it's a ring in the side of a drawer, or it's sitting down in a cup in a bathroom where they drop the rings in when they're washing their hands or something. You don't ever find a whole lot of the, I found marijuana in them, Evil Lenny. I don't think I ever found any cocaine. And if I ever find any type anything like that, we usually either take it to the sheriff or flush it or do something like that with it. But I know I found marijuana and a lot of paraphernalia before in a lot of the units. But that unit right there was a really good unit. And like I said, I can probably count them as many years as I've been doing this on one hand, the super fantastic units that we find. No, we've actually one unit in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm gonna go ahead and tell this story since Evil Lenny brought it up. We're in a area in Nashville, and it's not on the online. You're bidding live, and I thought I seen a player piano. I've always wanted a player piano. One that played by itself off the little player reels, and I thought that's what it was, but it wasn't. It was just a heavy butt piano. But we found a petrified cat in that unit. First time I'd ever found any type animals like that besides a mouse or something like that in a unit. But they're not all great stories, like the one in Clarksville, the empty boxes. And then we're in Louisville, Kentucky. We bid on a unit live, not online. We bid on it live. I thought, man, 20 foot of nothing but nice furniture, good stuff. And yeah, I'll tell you about that one in Nashville. I did find one of them in Nashville, one of those labs. But we go around, we pay the lady. Don't forget to pay the lady. We paid the lady. And we went back there, we opened up the unit. And first thing I'm doing, I'm crawling up on top. Not tonight. We're over here working at the fireworks shed, telling a few of her stories. John, sorry, buddy. It's crunch time for us, and we've got to try to get a home run over here. But we've got somebody helping us going through auction items, finding some great auction items for next week. We do. But anyway, I'm crawling up on this mountain of stuff, and I'm about middle ways. It's 110, 15 degrees inside of this thing, and I've got a light, and I'm trying to shine. And all of a sudden, you're welcome, John. All of a sudden, I'm feeling stuff crawling all over me. Okay. And this thing has, I guess that light brought them out. I didn't see it, and I didn't see no signs of it because if I see any signs of roaches or anything, pass it up. And usually when you're live like that, you can smell them. And they all started just crawling all over me. And I'm hollering at India. She's thinking I've got hurt. And I'm like crawling down off this mountain of stuff, almost fall out of the thing. And I throw the door down. She said, "What's wrong?" As I'm slinging these bugs off of me. And yeah. And I told India, I said, I think we gave $800 some for that unit. We may do a trivia Gettysburg Rich to do a little money. But I told her, I said, they can have their $800. I don't want it. That is not going in our box truck. And of course, India is a little more frugal, or whatever you say that. Yeah, you could. I could do that. So she said nope. So she spots a Walgreens, I think it was across the highway. So away we go. And she's bought a bunch of these bombs. Okay. So we go back and we open. At first, I tell the manager what we're going to do. He's like, "Oh, Lord," he said, telling people not to put food in there, and we're so careful about that. I'm so sorry. So we're throwing these things in there like hanger grenades. I'm throwing them all the way back to the back. I'm pulling that, and it's shooting these fumes out, and I'm throwing it back. And I bet we put 10 of them in that thing, and we shut the door down. So me and her, we go get us something to eat. We go to my other mistake of the day in Louisville, and this is what they call sister units. They open both doors up, you know, and one unit's a bunch of boxes, man. I love boxes. The next unit, right beside of it, they said the same person owned both of these. So we're selling them. No, they sold this one first and they sold the other one. So we bought the one with all the boxes. And then, because they had the other door open, I'm like, there's a jewelry display case in there, where they display jewelry. It's an old one too. And other display things where they display jewelry. So, and India's punched me, yeah, you're right, you're right. And so we buy it, okay? And when we're waiting for the bombs to go off over here and to do what they're supposed to do, we're going through these units. So the first door open is the one with the nice display case. And I'm thinking, man, that other one's full of jewelry. So I want to get to it. We open that beside of it, and I go to the box. First box I open, it's glass vases. Not even nothing fancy. It's just little glass vases. And so I open the other box up, more glass vases. And I open another box up, and it's more glass vases. Every dang box in there was glass vases. It was a flower shop. It wasn't a jewelry shop. All those display cases in the next one over that was blown by the same person, it wasn't a jewelry store. It was a flower shop. So I think I threw away, sold, gave away vases for like 6 months. And the big, nice, older display case that was probably from the 1920s, that was the only thing worth anything, it got broke on the way home. And we replaced that glass. And when we was replacing that glass, we moved it about 6 foot, and we broke it again. And I didn't put another glass in it. I don't remember what happened to that. So we go back to the unit now with the bomb on it, and guess what? It worked. No bugs, nothing like that, no eggs. Everything turned out good. But everything in there was no surprises. There was no collectibles. There was nothing but furniture, really cheap furniture, things that were falling apart. So most of it wound up going to the dump anyway. So it's all not what you see on TV of finding just great, great super items every time. There's been many times where we bought a unit and we really felt, man, we're like 4 hours away from home, and every one of these units we bought, it was the bad kind of hoarder. We're talking about milk jugs, newspapers, plastic bags. Just thinking about them makes me sick, makes me want to go smoke a cigarette. And by the way, we're still not smoking. But guys, I want to apologize to you for not having an auction tonight. But me and India talked about it, and we really, really need, in order for me to be able to go get some really good storage units and things like that. This is something that helps us every year to be able to do that. Plus, it's helping Jeremiah, okay, pay off some college loans and things like that. And I just don't want to make it hard on India. And I don't want nobody getting upset at us if, say, if we did have an auction tonight and had one Thursday night, and India was having to help me here, and she don't get something shipped off, something happens, and then we got somebody upset at us. We got somebody tonight that's upset at us. And it's just one of those things that something slipped through the crack and didn't get shipped. And I apologize, guys, if here in the last couple of weeks, us dealing with this, if you didn't get your items, in a timely manner, we apologize. Or something got shipped wrong or something like that. India's been doing a super, super great job. Really, really good job as far as trying to get the shipping done. And she had a mess to try to straighten up to start with, and she's getting it the way she wants it. I know it. It's good. It's good to be quit. But she's getting to the way she wants it to do things, and she's having to do her own techniques and things. And sometimes something might slip through the cracks, and that's what happened. It's not that there's no way. I know we're having it tonight because we ain't got no customers right now. But there's no way that we would purposely, on purpose, not ship you guys. Most of the time, we try to get it shipped out even before it's paid for. Uh, a lot of you, it might be 2 or 3 days before you pay or whatever, and we done shipped your items out. So we apologize over the last couple 2 or 3 weeks. We've been doing some readjusting on everything over there. India's trying to get her technique. It's not going to be right after the 4th, Dana, because there's so much stuff that's booked. So we will have an auction next week, and then it's going to be the next week that we take off for a couple of weeks. Okay. I know a T-Bolt, but it's sort of. I'm not a perfectionist because I'm far from being perfect, but I like things to go smooth. I like things to go good. India does too, and it kills her when she forgets something. But man, she's got a lot on her plate right now, and she's doing such a good job. And she, like I said, she got in here yesterday and killed it in sales here in the fireworks shop. And she's been working really hard getting everybody's. I took some of her packages today down there, and she took some more this evening, getting all that stuff done. So we're thankful for that. And like I said, I apologize if one of you guys, local peoples, came to pick something up and you couldn't get a hold of me or whatever it was, or maybe you guys, the package didn't get there maybe a couple of days later, and if we forgot something, if it's been 20 days for something come to you, and that's one of the things. I won't say who or what, but one of the items that it's been 20 days, and we apologize for that. It's just something that slipped through the cracks. We wouldn't do it on purpose. That's like on here a lot of times when you guys are bidding, and we call it sold, and because of the lag and everything, some of you may see it and say, well, so and so bid before you said sold. And I have to go by what I see on here when I say sold. There's no way. For one thing, it costs me money. If I got something sold for 50, somebody says 55, I've just sold it at 50. There's $5 and probably more. Go. And I wouldn't want that to happen. But more than that, I would not, deny nobody a bid. There's no way that I would do that. No way. But once I say sold, I try to make sure that I look down there, and I have to stick to it, guys, or it wouldn't be an auction. And we wouldn't try to mess with nobody like that in any way in the world, or try to mess your order up. To say that we don't want your business or something like that. It's just because we love it. We try to take care of everybody we can, but we're not perfect, guys. So I wanted to get that out there. And guys, sometimes back when we get back to buying storage units, it's going to be like that. Sometimes when we're out on the road, because India, I'm sure she's going to go with me sometimes, so it's going to be like that. Sometimes when we're out on the road, trying to find treasures and stuff, we'll be coming to you live on here. But there may be sometimes, when it is 2 or 3 days later. But most time we get the stuff shipped out even before we're paid. And India's trying to take care of a lot of the people shipping and things like that she can. So I don't know what she's done for y'all this week, but she's got all that done. So getting back to the stories, the main thing, but we're going to, if we can find a place in Gulf Shores. I looked last night for, I think, what I was looking at, Dana, you was asking about that. What I was looking at is the the 12th. Next week, we'll probably be working the 5th, finish up. Then we're going to have an auction on Tuesday. Probably do it on like a Tuesday and a Wednesday night, or Tuesday and Thursday night, and get our shipping and everything done. We're looking at probably around the 12th of July until around the 23rd of July, something like that. About 10 days is what we're looking at, Dana. And you know me, I could have one when we're down there in Gulf Shores. I did not know that. That's a good thing since it's a PG show, Gettysburg Rich. All right, guys. We're hoping we'll have a big rush of customers here in the next little bit. So if you're out and about, you're local, come in and say hi to Uncle Jed. And we'll try to come on here another night when it's not an auction night and do some storytelling. I'll probably bored y'all to death with the stories. We're tickled to death to have you as customers, guys. And anytime the picture of Smokey, I know it's where I think it's this one right here. I think that's what was causing it, Joan. I think. Oh, that made it worse, didn't it? It's where I've got the sun going down in the background back here. All right, that's a good deal, Dana. But Joan Tuck, speaking of mistakes, you paid $25. You paid 25 for those CDs. And Indy said, "Oh my Lord, I charged her 25." And I said, "No, it was 20." So, Joan, you got $5 coming, okay, honey? Indy didn't mean to. She thought that's what I had said that night, and it was 20 is what I actually said. Might spend money. You better not spend no money elsewhere, Gettysburg Rich. But we appreciate Roger Centers came in here the other day, our good buddy Roger. Got to see him a little while, talk to him a little while. Hey, and I've got arrowheads I'll have next Tuesday night, by the way, Crow. And one of these days, I want to go arrowhead hunting. I've never been. That's something I want to do. I want to go arrowhead hunting. I think it'd be fun. But good luck to you. I hope you find a good one. There was Danny Gladwell, his woman Crystal. She showed me an arrowhead crow the other day that it looked like a phoenix on it. It was pretty cool. I'd never seen one like it. And she had found that at a creek. Very rare type. Like I said, it was arrowhead that had like a phoenix on top of it. Pretty daggum cool. Crystal had that Danny Gladwell's girlfriend. But you guys go and go to some of the other people who do auctions and stuff, and give them some of your business. Yeah, everybody, T-Bell, won't you share that again if you got the link? And I've got to, T-Boat, I've been busy. I've got to subscribe to that myself. But if T-Boat, Larry wants to go ahead and share those links again, do that, watch his videos, go to his eBay store. And thank you, Scott. I talked to Scott today. Big thank you to you, brother. But we'll see if T-Bell wants to share his. He's got an eBay store and he's got some videos that he does. And Larry, I've not got a chance to watch him yet, huh? The guy that I've got going through, big shout out to him too. He's going through the mountain of stuff I've got to get some of that ready for next week. Wow. Well, good luck to you, Crow. Hope you find some good ones, brother. And Larry, I'm sure everybody appreciates that. What'd y'all get to eat?
McDonald's and Subway.
I had a meatloaf sandwich from the Sam's restaurant, and it was good, good, good. You went to Subway, you went to McDonald's. Somebody's eating healthy and somebody's not. That's the only thing you got at Subway is the cookie hour. Oh my. All right, guys. Once again, I apologize, but we made that decision. It's just really going to be push, push, push on us. And I don't mind taking it on myself, going 24/7, but I'm not going to let India do that. So, God bless y'all. And if you guys, you have any problems with anything as far as what you get, what you bought, or your invoices or anything like that, be sure to let us know, okay? Because we really do appreciate y'all, right? And if nothing goes wrong or anything, we hope to see you guys next Tuesday. And we'll come back to you maybe Thursday night and talk to you again. Oh, what was that? Did you do
No,
that?
I didn't do that. Was in
Ireland? Guys, that is our adult snappers. Timmy, go back and watch a rerun. I'd have to go an hour. But in short, Tim, it was like, good seeing you, Tim. Would you stop it? Trying to scare me? Probably got the fire marshal watching on here. That was India's bait, guys. And that's pop was where somebody had dropped a popper and pop one right there so they can hear it. I heard that. Those are the adult snaps, not the little bitty ones, but the bigger snaps. All right, guys, here they are right here. I know, Tim. Good talk today. We talked about an hour. You know, Kathy, I know Gettysburg Rich, Kathy Grant, and that's what I was just saying. People get busy and stuff, just like me and Indy does sometimes, and sometimes we make mistakes on shipping. Sometimes we let something slip through the crack and don't get it shipped like we're supposed to. Just like some of our customers, just like what Kathy said. She's been busy, and it don't bother us. So I don't want it to bother you guys a bit. But Kathy, that's all right, honey. We've been busy anyway, but that's quite all right. Don't worry about it. God bless y'all. I'm going to get off here and mix me just a big old tall drink. All right. Hope we see y'all tonight, and I'll see y'all in a few days. God bless y'all.